Hi, welcome to this week's episode of Make It Anyways.
Welcome. We're so excited you're here.
Yes. So this week on our episode, we wanted to talk all about being creative with making shirts.
Yeah.
So we have a few different ways that we broke down this episode. Some of it is if you have a shirt that maybe you got at the thrift store, or it's a shirt in your closet you don't wear it that often that you kind of want to be creative with. We have some ideas for that. And then we also have some ideas if you have a favorite sewing pattern, but you just want to zhuzh it up a little bit, we have some ideas for that as well.
And if you're watching on YouTube, I would highly suggest, because we're going to show something off later in the episode. Stay tuned.
Yes.
Hi, I'm Cecilia of Bitch on the Rise.
And I'm Teresa of Joyberry Studios.
And we're two sisters who love crafting.
We wanted to find a fun way to document our makes and things that we're passionate about.
This podcast is just a chill hangout for anyone who loves making stuff, whether it's sewing, knitting, baking, or just getting crafty.
We don't take ourselves too seriously, and we're all about tackling new projects and learning new skills.
We don't focus on perfect, we focus on making it anyways and having fun along the way.
It's like a creative catch-up with friends who relate to the joy of being creative.
Just crafty chats, cozy vibes, no pressure.
Welcome to our podcast, Make It Anyways.
We wanted to say Happy Memorial Day. Before we dive into the meat of this episode, we wanted to take a moment to pause and observe Memorial Day. Thank you to the courageous men and women who made the ultimate sacrifice for our country, and to the families who carry their memory. We'll keep this episode short and sweet this week. Hopefully you've enjoyed an amazing Memorial Day weekend with beautiful weather. So yeah, let's jump into our current projects. Teresa, what are you working on?
Okay, so I feel one of my kids is in school, and I feel May-cember is a thing. It's
I didn't know this was a thing.
May-cember is a term for parents where the end of the school year is just so crazy, so many activities, so many events, so many things to plan for. So life has been crazy. But as we wrap up the school year, the gift that I'm making my daughter's teacher is the Flyaway crossbody bag from Madison Moore. You may have seen it. It comes in a songbird, or you can make a duck, or you can make a chicken. And they're these cute, fun crossbody bags. They're quilted. And we have chickens, and my daughter's teacher also has chickens. And we live in the suburbs. So we're the only ones with chickens. And my daughter always talks with her teacher about chickens, and they share pictures of their chickens and stuff. So I'm excited. I'm making them matching bags.
That's so cute.
It's going to be super cute.
I'm so excited to see them.
But I am sprinting to finish it.
Yes.
Absolutely sprinting. So many other activities have been going on, and I've just put it off because I've been busy. But I think I can finish it very late tonight.
Yay!
Yay!
Very exciting.
What about you, Cecilia? Are you doing anything creative?
I am slowly chipping away at projects. This is the story of my life. I am still working on a sock. I started crocheting a little sweater. That'll probably take me a year and a half. So
what about sewing? I feel you sewed that neighborhood patterns shirt.
Yes, I finished my Boulevard dress by Neighborhood Patterns, and it was so cute. I wore it to the farmers market, so check out our Instagram for our reel.
Oh, yeah.
You can see it in that reel. So I finished that, and that felt really good. I have little mending projects from people from work that I'm working on too.
Interesting.
So
okay.
Just a lot of little things are happening, and still in the planning phases for some my wedding after party dress, if that's still happening. I don't know. We're still finalizing what we're doing for the wedding. So
that's exciting. Well, I think we'll also do a fun question.
Yeah. What is something that makes the everyday top perfect for you?
I think this is a good question because I feel sometimes with sewing and being creative, you can spend all this time to make a fun, elaborate top, but it's still never the one you grab.
Yes.
It's always, I always joke around that it's my Wixton shift tops and my shirt number 1. It's dartless, just literally 2 pieces of fabric sewn together at the sides.
Yep.
And those just are always my go-to. And I think it's because they are a little bit effortless. And I feel they can be dressed up and they can be dressed down. And since they were easy and kind of look casual, I think I don't fear getting them like ruined as much as I would like a top that I spent a lot of time on.
Yeah, you can actually like wear them time and time again.
That's my answer. Is yours different? Do you have anything to add?
I don't really have anything to add.
What's your like go-to shirt?
I have two different camps. So sewing pattern wise, it's going to be like the shirt number 1 in the Wixton, like you were saying. But like ready to wear shirts, I am wearing a baggy t-shirt from Target.
Probably, is it black?
Yeah, it's most likely black, dark gray. I have a black, a gray, and a green one.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I also grabbed
These are my favorite.
My other go-to is that I do not want like a tight fitting shirt.
No, like I'm talking like an XXL, like giant men's shirt on me. Like that is what is most comfortable, and that's what I'm grabbing for after work, like when I'm changing into my nighttime outfit. That's what I'm wearing.
I do feel like fashions recently have gotten like tighter and tighter and tighter. I went to Target like a year ago just because I needed like a black plain t-shirt, and I don't really sew with knits, so I was like, I'm just gonna buy like one ready to wear one, whatever. And yeah, I'm just like, this is so tight.
Yes, I'm so over all of my tight clothes.
Yes, I am too.
Bring on the baggy clothes.
Exactly. One fun thing that we decided to do for this episode is we took a sewing top. We took the Adria Top by Seamwork, and we like both sewed it. We were supposed to like do something different and fun and creative with it.
Yeah.
And then we're doing like these big reveals to each other. So I
excited.
finished my shirt like a few weeks ago.
Yeah, you did.
And I've been wanting to wear it, but I'm like, I can't because I have to save it for the big reveal. So should we go change into our big shirts?
Yes, we should. Okay. Ready?
So we're going to do our big reveal for our Adria Tops. 1, 2, 3.
Oh my god. Oh my god. This is true to us and who we are, based on the status of these projects.
All right, you go first.
No, we're gonna get into what the Adria Top is for those that are listening.
So the Adria Top, I would say it's got like fitted sleeves that go down to like just above the elbow. And then it has darts that go from like the bottom up to like the bust, both in the front and in the back. So it has darts in the front and the back. And then it has like this deep plunging V-neck.
And it's like cropped. It's pretty
cropped. It's pretty short.
So, my Adria Top is not finished.
Okay. Where's this green stain from? Those are your markings.
Yeah, I need to do
Cecilia is not finished with her top. Spoiler.
I'm not finished at all with this. Unfortunately, like the end of the semester is very busy for me. So I do not have as much time as I had hoped, and with like gardening and all that stuff happening.
It's a cute bed sheet though.
So yeah, this is a Target bed sheet. I kept the V-neck on the traditional Adria Top. I made the darts dartier.
What does that mean?
I don't know. I made
brought them
bigger.
in?
I cinched in the waist more through the darts.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
On both the front and the back by almost like a 1/2 inch.
Okay.
Because I have a large bust, I have to obviously like size up a decent amount, which means it's usually very flowy around my waist. So I am going to take the shoulder in about, what is that, 1.5 inches?
Yep.
Because it sits a little low on my shoulders. I took a sleeve pattern from the Sunday dress, so I can make a poofy sleeve.
Oh, I like the poofy sleeve.
Yeah, so I'll have a poofy sleeve, as you can see here, and then it'll be elasticated at the bottom.
Cute.
So it'll kind of be like cinched and poofy. I thought that would look kind of cute with like the fittedness of the shirt.
Yeah, I love that.
And then I'm going to line it.
Oh, why?
Because it calls for a facing, and there's nothing that I hate more.
Why do you
than
hate a facing?
I think it's honestly like having the body structure that I do. Facings don't stay down.
You can always like you hand stitch in like a tack, like a little.
Yes, I would have to tack down the entire thing.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, they just like love to flip up on me. I don't love a facing. Maybe one day I'll find a nice facing.
Okay, you're trying a full lining.
A full lining. So I literally cut out like 2 of the shirt.
Okay.
So I'll sandwich in my sleeve and then put the lining on and be done.
Okay, you'll have to keep us posted with how like the end goes.
I will. I'll post it when it's all
But I also love this fabric, and it seems much flowier than most bed sheets.
Yes, it's very flowy. I don't know what the content makeup fabric wise.
Probably poly.
Probably poly. It was pretty cheap, but
It's cute.
Very cute. Very excited. It's my first time like heavily modding a pattern, so.
Way to go. I'm proud of you.
Teresa, yours is finished.
Mine is finished.
And has been finished
And
for
has
weeks.
been finished. Okay, so...
Describe what you've done.
Yes. So I took the Adria top and I made it into a tank top.
Yeah, it's cute.
So I really want in a tank top, I want like as much sun coverage as possible. So I kind of want like thick sleeves, high neckline, high back, because I just like spend a lot of time outside in the summer and I hate just the feeling of my skin burning. And I also don't like putting on sunscreen.
I hate sunscreen, so.
So I will avoid it at all costs. So this kind of like helps me with that. And to do the tank top, I just like took the pattern and I just extended like the neckline facing down to the armpits. Because usually if it's just like a normal shirt, the facing just is around the collar. But if you do a tank top facing, it also extends to the armpits.
Like the Nora tank.
Like the Nora tank.
Okay.
So the top usually has this like deep plunging V-neck.
Like mine.
Yes, and I took that away, so I made it just like, I don't even know what this neckline is called. Granny neckline. It's just like high. I'm surprised I could get
neck looking thing.
I'm surprised I could get my head through it, to be honest. So, and then I also added all this embroidery. This is actually done with some of my sock yarn because I needed to have this much embroidery floss, and I was like going on a trip and I was leaving in like 20 minutes and I was like, shoot, I don't have enough embroidery floss to like do the whole shirt. So then I was just like, oh, this sock yarn, it twists apart into 2 pieces. So then I just used a sock yarn.
How did you do that?
What do you mean?
It's so gorgeous.
It's just a sock yarn.
Did you put stabilizer behind it?
No. I kind of maybe wish I would have, but I think it's fine.
Sorry.
I think it's fine. What else? Oh, the embroidery pattern is from a book that I think is called like Embroider Your Wardrobe or like something like that. I'll put it on the screen. But this is one of her like patterns. I kind of modified it a little bit. Oh, and then the other thing that I did is the bottom hem is I tried one of those things where you use like the scallop stitch on your sewing machine where it just goes back and forth and like creates a scallop, and I went all the way around and then I just tried to like trim the fabric around it.
I am obsessed with this.
So yeah, I did the trimming first and it's like a blue thread, and then the top embroidery is all green, but whatever.
Cute. I'm obsessed. This is adorable.
Yeah, so I'm kind of excited. The armpits sometimes don't like lay all the way flat, but I've just decided I don't care.
No, I think it's great.
I think it's fine.
This is so gorgeous.
And I used, my fabric is a linen bed sheet that my friend was getting rid of.
Amazing.
Yeah, she had like a king size bed sheet.
Yes.
And I was like, yep, I'll take it.
that.
And she's like, it's linen. It's from Pottery Barn or something. I was like, thank you.
Yes, please. Perfect.
I'll take it.
Oh, so we both use bed sheets. How fun that we have made a bunch of modifications where, and I think it's interesting because mine is a lot of like tailoring modifications, whereas yours is like you've almost created an entirely new different shirt
Yes.
with the tank top.
Yes.
Which is so cool.
I do love like the darts. So that's one reason why the Adria top is one of my favorite
Did you put
tops.
darts in it?
Yeah, it's got darts.
Oh, you did?
So, yeah, I like love the darts. So that's one reason why I like love this shirt, because it like gives it shape, but it's not the darts on the side.
Yeah.
All right, so as you can see, we took like the same sewing pattern and totally altered it in a bunch of different ways to make 2 totally different tops, which I think is really fun. And something I feel like when you realize you can do that, I feel like the whole world is your oyster.
It really is. You can make things special to your wardrobe and to you and your body, which I think is really special.
Absolutely. One quick thing, if you are taking like a garment sewing pattern and you're going to change it, there are a few different like tips and tricks I feel like you can do. So like whenever I like change a neckline on a shirt, I will go and I will take like an extra piece of just like computer paper and I will just like tape it with some like painter's tape to the pattern and cut out that new neckline. So then that way the old neckline is still there in case I want to like go back to that pattern. And that's just a way to kind of like change up the pattern, but then also not like permanently change your pattern.
Yes, so you can keep reusing your pattern. If you want to do something like change the sleeve of a pattern, you maybe don't do as I say, but you know, do it the right way. I just took a different pattern pattern from the Sunday dress for my sleeve and cut it out.
You're not really supposed to do that.
What I'm going to get it in here one way or another.
So when a pattern designer makes a sewing pattern, they like cut out the sleeve on the body of the top, and then they have like a sleeve pattern that exactly matches that curve. So if you are going to take a sleeve from one pattern and put it on a different shirt, one thing that you can do is just making sure that the like sleeve hole on the body of the shirt is the same as the sleeve pattern.
Does it matter as much if it's gathered?
Probably not if it's gathered, but especially if it's like a structured sleeve. I mean, you'll be fine. You'll be fine.
Just make it anyways, you know?
Make it anyways. You're playing around.
Yeah,
that's the whole point. You're having fun. So that's just like if you were to take a sewing pattern and adjust it, you don't have to make like permanent adjustments to your paper patterns.
So next up, you can kind of change the construction of your shirt, or I kind of look at it as like tailoring your shirt a little bit. So,
and this can be done with like a sewing pattern that you're working on, or like
something you find at the thrift store, something that's already in your closet and you want it to fit you better, like this is that category.
Absolutely.
You can do a new hemline. So with the Adria top, like for us, it was a little too short, so we lengthened the hemline.
I lengthened it.
You can also sew a new hemline with embroidery thread. You could do a cute little blanket stitch that's all over the internet.
I think that
now.
would be super cute.
The
I feel
scallop.
the scallop, like I did on the sewing machine. So some sewing machines, the computerized sewing machines have those like fancy stitches. You can incorporate some of those fancy stitches as like a new hem. And even if you're like not into sewing but still want to hem your shirt, I feel like there's that like hem tape.
Oh, yes.
You could use that.
You can literally just like fabric glue your shirt up if you want.
Yeah. And you can also just like hand stitch. Like you could use like a needle and thread super easily and change like a hem line that way.
You can also do a new neckline or a new facing. Teresa, for instance, on the Adria did a new neckline, and I said no thank you to a facing, and you're just
doing a whole lining. I also feel like in high school it was so cool to like cut your cotton necklines.
T-shirts. Oh, and that's back.
Yeah, it is.
It's back. Yeah, everyone's cutting their cotton t-shirts again.
Okay, well that's also hip. You can just cut it, I guess. If you want a different neckline, just go for it. Another thing that you can change is like sleeve length. And you can like, so okay, ready? I have this like cotton t-shirt. It's just like a unisex t-shirt. And I want to kind of like zhuzh it up a little bit. So I think I'm going to hem it up to make it a little bit more cropped.
Cute.
And then also I love the look of when people just like cuff their cotton
and,
t-shirts.
Tack it down?
Yeah, so I'm going to just tack it down with like a few stitches so it holds. But that's something that I'll also like hand stitch, which I think is like super fun and super interesting.
You can also upgrade and tailor your shirt by taking it in. It's very easy most of the time to take in a shirt just a little bit at the sides. Or if you want more space in a shirt that you love, you can add side panels.
Yeah,
up through the armpits.
Adding a side panel, it's like you just cut the middle hem out, and then you can add just like a contrasting piece of fabric on the side. And I actually think it would be super cute and super fun. You can also like totally take something and change it into something else. Like I've seen all over Instagram, there are people doing so many incredible upcycles, like
so many,
taking a button down and like changing them into like halter tops and like all this different stuff. I recently took a button down. It was just like a men's button down, and I did like a scalloped hem on the bottom and made it cropped, and then I cut the sleeves and took the extra sleeve material and gave it like a ruffle hem, which was like super fun. And now it's like a feminine shirt, and it was definitely a men's dress shirt to begin with.
And you can see it on our Instagram in the same farmer's market video.
Yes, I wore it to the farmer's market. So those were all different ways that you can kind of like tailor your garments to make them more special to you. But you can also like absolutely give shirts a new life or give them more personality through different ways. So one thing,
whimsifying your wardrobe, if you will.
Whimsify your wardrobe. So one thing I'm seeing a lot is like applique on shirts. Applique, it's super fun, super easy, and you can do it in like a bunch of different ways.
If you don't know what applique is, you see it a lot of times on like sweatshirts that have lettering on them with like a contrasting fabric underneath. A lot of times that can be applique. So if you're not like, you're like, what is that? You've probably seen it before, and it's super easy to do.
There are even like iron on transfers, so you don't necessarily have to do like sewing. If you're not into sewing, you can do it just like with an iron, which is super fun. But it's just taking like pieces of scrap fabric and then like tacking them onto your shirt.
Super cute.
And I've seen this done with like fruits. Like I've seen a ton of tomatoes on clothing, which I think is so fun.
That is so cute.
I love a tomato. I love a tomato. I've also seen like quilt blocks, which I think are also super fun to add to just like a shirt or a sweatshirt. And then I've even seen just like organic shapes. Like it's like somebody took out like some fabric and just cut out some squiggly shapes and kind of put them all over. And I just think it's like so fun.
It is so cute, and it's a great way to use up, like, if you have a favorite piece of fabric or something you've thrifted and you don't have a lot of it, it's a great way to like incorporate that special pattern into another sort of garment.
One thing that you can also do to clothing, and I'm also seeing this, is you can do block printing, or like even recently I just straight up painted on some fabric. I started doing some block printing on the side panel of a pair of kite pants, and it just like was not turning out how I wanted to with my little stamp that I had made. So I just like took a paintbrush out and I just painted a design onto the side panel of my kite pants. And you can use like a special fabric paint. Some people will also mix like acrylic paint with fabric softener, I've seen.
Oh, that's crazy.
I went to Blick and I got this like mixing additive thing that you can add to acrylic paint that makes it into fabric paint.
Yeah, and it makes it so that you can like launder the garment a little bit easier.
Yes, if you straight up paint if you straight up paint with acrylic paint, it is like plastic and it will just like crack. So that's why you use that like fabric paint. It is more like bendy.
If this is something that piques your interest, a lot of sewing people are making tutorials because of the Met Gala. A lot of the dresses at the Met Gala were like painted. Emma Chamberlain comes to mind. So there are a lot of people like recreating some of those dresses and doing a lot of like fabric painting right now.
So fun.
Worth checking out, especially in this moment in time. Next up, you can do embroidery.
Yes,
like you,
like
Teresa.
Me. Like me.
You can get some inspo from books or online. DMC has a great collection of embroidery and
tons of free patterns.
Tons of free patterns.
Hundreds.
And very easy to transfer over to your shirt that you are upcycling or, you know, make whimsifying.
And I also love like a little peek of embroidery.
Yes.
Like I think it's so fun. Like you might think you have to embroider like an entire shirt, but you don't. I think you could just even add just like a little like flower onto your shirt in a fun place, and it's like a little hidden secret. Like I think that's very whimsical to me.
So cute. I love that. I think like, okay, I know we're talking about shirts, but on your jeans you have that little silly pocket inside of your pocket. Like some little flowers coming up out of that. Oh,
that would be so cute.
So cute. In the same vein as embroidery, you can do felt patches. So you can cut out little pieces of felt and kind of embroider them onto whatever garment, your shirt. Teresa here.
I'm showing off my sweatshirt.
Your bees.
So I ate some delicious ramen and it got all over my sweatshirt and it stained despite all of my good efforts. So I literally just cut out these little like circles of yellow felt and I added some black embroidery and some white embroidery for wings, and I put like little bumblebees on my shirt. But this was like a super fun like little thing. I want to add more. I only have 3 at the moment.
And
but
it's like
cute.
the cutest shirt ever. Now it's your new favorite shirt again.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't have to feel guilty with all my ramen splatter all over it. Another thing that you can do is a mending technique called sashiko. It's a Japanese technique where you just essentially take this like thread, and they're usually very geometric designs, but I think they are like absolutely beautiful. I've seen people do them on jeans a lot. They're used in visible mending quite a bit, and I think it's like very beautiful.
Next up, you can incorporate quilting to whimsify your wardrobe. A little bit of grandma core.
Love grandma core.
Grandma core is back in. So take that favorite quilt and, you know, cut a little side panel. You could add a pocket to something with a piece of quilted fabric. You can do your applique with quilted fabric.
I've seen this done with like applique where will take out like little pieces and kind of like piece together a quilt on the back of a shirt, which I think is really cute.
Like panels.
Yes. And then I have even taken like the back of my shirt and then taken fabric pieces and I have sewn them together and made like a big quilt felt block and then just incorporated it onto like the back of a shirt.
So cute.
It is fun. So one Instagram influencer that we've recently stumbled upon,
Obsessed with her.
We talked about her a little bit in the last episode, but her name is Emma Foss. She's from Y Street Studios. You can find her on Instagram and other social media. But she essentially just takes like thrifted pieces and makes them a lot of fun. I feel like her most famous piece is her ants on her pants.
Ants on the pants.
Ants on the pants. She took like these little black beads and made like little ants and just put them all over a pair of shorts. It was so fun.
It was like red shorts, like very picnic summery vibes. Her stuff is really great, and she does a lot of beading, which is a really cool way to incorporate some more whimsy into your wardrobe.
She also had this one where it was like she took an old blazer and put like these big chunky beads all along the outside, and it was actually inspired by some like politician's mother or something like that. Did you see that on the video?
I don't think I did.
I did. It was fascinating. Another one of hers that I absolutely loved is she took these mother of pearl buttons. So they're these like vintage buttons that are kind of like shimmery. They're actually made from like shellfish.
Cute.
That you find on the beach that are shimmery. Those are mother of pearl buttons. You can kind of like use them to create like a mosaic design on a piece of clothing.
Beautiful.
And apparently this has like some historical roots. Like people used to do this as like a way of like dressing up, and it was like a part of this particular movement, and all of these details are escaping me right now. But if you're curious, you could look them up.
Check out Emma Foss on Instagram, Y Street Studios.
And like a last easy little addition that you can do is also taking rickrack. And rickrack is like, if you've ever seen it, it's just like this little wavy, like flat string almost. And you can take that, and some people like glue it onto clothing. You can sew it onto clothing. You can sew it into hemlines where like only half is exposed. So then it looks like little cute little waves and stuff. So there's a lot you can do with rickrack as well.
You can also do like ribbons and stuff as like racing stripes on like sporty clothes. I see that often. You can do that with rickrack. Yeah.
I feel like Sydney
Like
Graham's.
the Adidas stripes. Yes, her new
Sydney
shorts.
Graham, her new shorts. She adds rickrack on the side.
Very cute.
They do
very
look
sporty.
cute. Maybe we'll make a pair.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
We'll see.
Down.
So thank you so much for listening to today's episode. Once again, we just recapped a bunch of different ways that you can take just like a plain t-shirt or a simple shirt, maybe you're upcycling something and giving it just like a little bit more personality.
If you are interested in making the shirts that we're wearing today, check out the Adria Top by Seamwork. I love this top. Even though it's not done, I still love it.
You
Teresa,
love the
this is your second one. Your third one.
No, this is my second. So I made the top just like straight how it is, and then this is my first one with modifications.
So obviously it's a great pattern, and we highly suggest checking it out. Thank you for joining us this week on Make It Anyways. Make sure to follow us on Instagram and leave us a review, like, and subscribe.
Thank you.